Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Intellectual Films. Today we're going to be taking a look at Arkkis Chummuck, the monkey himself, rocking the knuckle spikes there. So I have to say I was mostly excited about Arkkis Chummuck of all the characters that were being released, Medfill and Jessica Cruz. Now I have to say he's not as useful as somebody like Medfill. For PvE or for PvP for that matter, but he's not as lackluster, doesn't feel as lackluster as Jessica Cruz. He's a good balance, but he mainly relies on setup. And if the proper setup is present, then trust me when I tell you he will be a force to be reckoned with. He's mainly a damage dealer. He serves as a brute force more so than anything else. So ideally, the ideal situation for Arkkis Chummuck is he has his shields up. He's going to use Issue Challenge, which is a new feature, new mechanic within the game that I'll go into, and he's just going to knock out the character right off the bat. They won't have a chance to retaliate, and he'll just knock him out because of the damage output. So with that said, let's go into the type of teams you want to associate Arkkis with, and how he could potentially help you out in PvP. So we're going to start off with Paragon, and I want to start off with Paragon mainly because you may not have the correct team setup here. You may not have the best synergy. Ideally, you want to have somebody like Green Lantern as your leader, Medfill, Dr. Fate would be a perfect addition to the team as well. That would just add insult to injury right there because he can prop up shields. But Paragon, essentially what this does is it gives you a chance, and as obviously as you level this up or upgrade it, you have a better chance of having this prop. What happens is Arkkis gets to use his Two-Man Fist. Now, whether this is just a direct standard attack or it's an AoE, he has this potential regardless. Now, you want to use your Legendary point on this initially when you get into Legendary 1. This is because, of course, you have a 30% chance to use Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Shield gives you a 15% shield alongside 2 strength ups. 2 strength ups aren't the best thing. You mainly want to level this up for the shield. But however, if you do, the strength ups can be seen as a good bonus, mainly because it increases the likelihood of you knocking somebody out with the Two-Man Fist, or just when you have the Issue Challenge. You want to have as many strength ups as possible when you're doing Issue Challenge. So it's quite honestly a guarantee that you'll knock them out with Issue Challenge. So definitely an ability you want to level up in terms of its legendary power. You gain a 50% turn meter if he's below health. It's far too circumstantial for me to say use your legendary point on this. I'm gonna say that you're gonna want to use it on the Two-Man Fist at your second legendary point, and then it's gonna be up to you whether you want to use it on Issue Challenge or Sword and Shield. That's entirely up to you, in my opinion. But let's go into his Issue Challenge, which is his most the move he's famous for, and Arkkis uses a Two-Man Fist on the target twice, target attack once, or rather gets to retaliate. Now, of course, you have a chance here as you upgrade this. It's not essential that you upgrade this to an insane level. However, it can be helpful if you get it to level 3, let's say, or 4. You have a 50% chance to gain strength up when you're actually proceeding to do your second attack. So, given that our intent here is to knock out our opponent using this move and making sure that they don't retaliate, this is fairly helpful. The strength up is certainly helpful, but I wouldn't say you want to dump your resources into Issue Challenge per se, because it's already powerful as it is. Again, as in terms of the legendary power, gain debuff immunity. I wouldn't say that this is a priority for you at the moment. There's not that many characters right now that I'm seeing that are debuffing too often. Perhaps if you're running into, I don't know, Lex Luthor a lot, then you may want to legendary this up, but I wouldn't say it's a priority at the moment. Now, before I move on, I do want to say, I want to note this thing about Issue Challenge, because I've noticed it. When you are playing as Arkkis Chummuck, so when you are controlling him and you're going into battle, when you use Issue Challenge, he will proceed to do what the description says. He will attack twice, and then the opponent will retaliate. However, when you're playing against the AI, for example, in the new Hero Challenge, that's the weekly Hero Challenge, what'll happen is you will attack first, and then the opponent that's using the AI rather that's using Arkkis Chummuck will then attack you twice, will retaliate twice, and actually, so it flips itself. I don't know why this is. I don't know if this is intentional by WB, but it may be something that I'm only that's only occurring for me. So if you guys want to let me know if this is happening for you as well, it would be greatly appreciated. I don't know if it's happening for everybody, but I have noticed that thing. It's rather odd, but I will take it because let's just say Arkkis is on low health and he uses issue challenge, and you just get to knock him out before he ever gets to attack your character, which is fairly nice. But let's move on to Tomb and Fist. Now, the Tomb and Fist is the bread and butter of this. Damage to an enemy, plus 50% damage, and of course it increases as you level this up. So you sacrifice 4% of your shield to do plus 50% damage, and as I said, it increases. It would be nice to have this at level 7, but of course I would say level 5 is a good jumping off point. Just if you are planning to use him for something like PvP. This is fairly useful. Again, but the main thing about Arkkis Chummuck that's very difficult is the setup. So you have to make sure that you're constantly having your shield, which again, going back to Paragon, ensures this. But with Tomb and Fist, if you use your legendary upgrade, if you are able to knock somebody out, now whether you're using the Tomb and Fist or whether you're using Issue Challenge, which uses the Tomb and Fist, this will trigger regardless. So if you are able to knock them out, you not only do get a heal, which sort of irrelevant, honestly, for me, because I want to have my shield up at all times with Arkkis Chummuck, but that's fine. It can be helpful, gain the heal and the 10% shield. The one thing that's also really good that I have to note about Arkkis Chummuck is if he is on the field, your opponent will target him right off the bat. I hope in the future they do something on PvP where it's real-time PvP. Probably won't happen, probably too difficult, but one can dream. Because that would be awesome, because then obviously the focus can be on Arkkis Chummuck. Unfortunately, I haven't taken him to PvP, so I don't know how the AI will react to Arkkis Chummuck, but I imagine they target him first. You guys can fill me in on that and inform me on that, but I don't know at the moment. If they don't, then of course you can use that to your advantage and try to eliminate a character of theirs in your first turn. So let me know what you guys think about the monkey, Arkkis Chummuck. Are you a fan of him? Are you going to be using him in PvP or PvE for that matter? For me, honestly, he's just a breath of fresh air above everything else. It's great that they're using new mechanics in the game, like the issue challenge mechanic. I hope we get some new ones in the next update. I don't know that I want to use him specifically and particularly right now. I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place in terms of who I'm farming for PvE as well as for PvP. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Arkkis Chummuck, and as always, I will see you guys soon. Cheers.